In the heart of the ancient kingdom of Adebayo, where the sun kissed the earth with golden rays and the rivers flowed with the whispers of ancestors, there lived a queen named Adesola. She was not just any queen, she was a warrior queen, revered for her strength, wisdom, and unmatched prowess in battle. Adesola was the daughter of the late King Olumide, a legendary ruler who had united the tribes of Adebayo under one banner. The kingdom thrived under her reign, but peace was a fragile veil, and the winds of war were beginning to stir. Rumors of an impending invasion by the neighboring kingdom of Ijebu had reached the royal palace. The Ijebu king, a ruthless warrior named Obafemi, sought to expand his territory and had set his sights on Adebayo. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a fiery glow over the land, Adesola stood on the balcony of her palace, her heart heavy with the weight of her responsibilities. She gazed at the horizon, where the mountains met the sky, and felt a surge of determination. She would protect her kingdom at all costs. "Your Majesty," a voice interrupted her thoughts. It was her trusted advisor, Olufemi, a wise elder with a long beard and eyes that sparkled with knowledge. "The council awaits your decision regarding the impending threat." Adesola turned to him, her expression resolute. "We must prepare for war. Gather the warriors and summon the council. We will not cower in fear." The next day, the great hall of the palace was filled with the sound of clanging metal and the murmurs of warriors. Adesola stood at the head of the table, her presence commanding respect. The council members, a mix of seasoned warriors and wise elders, looked to her for guidance. "Warriors of Adebayo," she began, her voice steady and powerful. "We stand on the brink of war. The Ijebu king seeks to conquer our land, but we will not allow it. We will fight for our homes, our families, and our future." A murmur of agreement rippled through the hall. Adesola's heart swelled with pride as she looked at the faces of her warriors, each one ready to lay down their life for their queen and their kingdom. "Prepare the troops," she continued. "We will train day and night. I want every warrior ready to defend our land. We will not only fight, we will win." As the council discussed strategies and battle formations, Adesola felt a sense of purpose wash over her. She was not just a queen, she was a leader, a protector, and a symbol of hope for her people. Days turned into weeks as the warriors trained tirelessly under Adesola's watchful eye. The training grounds echoed with the sounds of swords clashing and the shouts of warriors honing their skills. Adesola led by example, donning her armor and wielding her sword with grace and precision. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of orange and purple, Adesola noticed a young warrior named Ton struggling with his swordsmanship. He was eager but lacked confidence. She approached him, her heart softening at his determination. "Ton," she called, her voice gentle yet firm. "You have the heart of a lion, but you must believe in yourself. Let me show you." With that, she demonstrated a series of moves, her body flowing like water as she danced with her sword. Ton watched in awe, his eyes wide with admiration. "Now, you try," she encouraged, stepping back to give him space. With her guidance, Ton began to improve, his confidence growing with each swing of the sword. Adesola felt a sense of fulfillment as she mentored the next generation of warriors, knowing that they would carry on the legacy of Adebayo. The night before the battle, the atmosphere in the palace was tense. Adesola gathered her warriors for a final meeting, her heart pounding with anticipation. She looked around at the faces of her loyal soldiers, each one ready to fight for their queen and their kingdom. "Tomorrow, we face our greatest challenge," she began, her voice steady. "But I want you to remember that we fight not just for ourselves, but for our families, our ancestors, and the future of Adebayo. We are warriors, and we will not back down." As she spoke, a sense of unity filled the room. The warriors raised their swords in a salute, their voices echoing in unison. "For Adebayo." After the meeting, Adesola retreated to her chambers, her mind racing with thoughts of the battle ahead. She sat by the window, gazing at the stars that twinkled like diamonds in the night sky. In that moment, she felt the weight of her ancestors' spirit surrounding her, offering strength and guidance. The dawn of battle arrived, shrouded in a thick mist that hung over the land like a veil. Adesola stood at the forefront of her army, her heart pounding with adrenaline. The warriors were lined up behind her, their faces set with determination. As the sun broke through the mist, illuminating the battlefield, the sound of war drums echoed in the distance. The Ijebu army, a formidable force, marched toward them, their banners flying high. Adesola's heart raced as she raised her sword, signaling her warriors to prepare for battle. Remember your training. Fight with honor, she shouted, her voice cutting through the tension. The clash of swords and the cries of warriors filled the air as the two armies collided. Adesola fought fiercely, her movements fluid and precise. She was a force to be reckoned with, her spirit igniting the hearts of her warriors. In the midst of the chaos, she spotted King Obafemi, his presence commanding as he fought his way through the battlefield. Their eyes met for a brief moment, and Adesola felt a surge of determination. She would not let him conquer her kingdom. As the battle raged on, it became clear that the Ijebu forces were overwhelming. Adesola's warriors fought valiantly, but the sheer number of enemies began to take its toll. She could see her soldiers falling, and her heart ached with each loss. In a moment of desperation, Adesola called for a retreat, her voice rising above the din of battle. "Fall back. Regroup," she commanded, her heart heavy with the weight of her decision. As her warriors retreated to a nearby hill, Adesola gathered them around her. "We will not give up. We will fight again, but we must be strategic. We will use the terrain to our advantage." With renewed determination, Adesola devised a plan. They would use the element of surprise to launch a counterattack, drawing the Ijebu forces into a trap. The warriors nodded, their spirits lifted by her unwavering resolve. As night fell, Adesola and her warriors prepared for their final stand. They positioned themselves strategically, hiding among the trees and rocks, waiting for the right moment to strike. The moon cast a silvery glow over the battlefield, illuminating their determined faces. When the Ijebu forces approached, Adesola signaled her warriors to attack. The sound of battle erupted once more, but this time, they had the advantage. Adesola fought with a fierce intensity, her heart fueled by the love for her kingdom and her people. In the midst of the chaos, she spotted King Obafemi once again. This time, their eyes locked in a fierce battle of wills. With a battle cry, she charged toward him, her sword raised high. The clash of their swords echoed through the night as they fought fiercely, each blow resonating with the weight of their kingdoms. Adesola felt the strength of her ancestors guiding her, and with a final, powerful strike, she disarmed Obafemi, sending his sword clattering to the ground. As dawn broke, the battlefield lay silent, the air heavy with the scent of victory and loss. Adesola stood amidst her warriors, her heart filled with a mix of triumph and sorrow. They had defended their kingdom, but at a great cost. The Ijebu forces had retreated, their king defeated. Adesola's warriors cheered, their voices rising in celebration, but she felt the weight of the fallen soldiers on her heart. She knew that victory came with sacrifices, and she vowed to honor those who had fought bravely. In the days that followed, Adesola organized a grand ceremony to honor the fallen warriors. The kingdom of Adebayo came together to mourn their losses and celebrate their victory. Adesola stood before her people, her heart swelling with pride and gratitude. "Today, we honor our heroes," she declared, her voice strong. "They fought for our freedom, our families, and our future. We will remember their bravery and carry their legacy forward." As the sun rose over Adebayo, a new chapter began. Adesola worked tirelessly to rebuild her kingdom, ensuring that the sacrifices made during the battle were not in vain. She implemented new strategies for defense and fostered alliances with neighboring tribes, uniting them under a common goal of peace and prosperity. In the midst of her duties, Adesola found solace in the company of her warriors. Tond, who had grown into a skilled fighter, often sought her guidance. Their bond deepened as they trained together, and Adesola saw in him the future of Adebayo. One evening, as they practiced in the training grounds, Tond approached her with a serious expression. "Your Majesty, I wish to ask for your blessing," he said, his voice steady. Adesola raised an eyebrow, intrigued. What do you seek, Tond? I wish to marry my beloved, but I want to ensure that I can protect her and serve Adebayo as a warrior. I seek your guidance and blessing to lead my own troop. Adesola smiled, her heart swelling with pride. You have proven yourself a true warrior, Tond. I grant you my blessing, and I will support your endeavors. Adebayo needs strong leaders like you. As the years passed, Adesola's legacy as the warrior queen grew. She became a symbol of strength and resilience, inspiring generations of warriors to rise and protect their kingdom. Her story was passed down through the ages, a testament to the power of love, courage, and sacrifice. Adesola continued to lead Adebayo with wisdom and grace, forging alliances and fostering peace among the tribes. She understood that true strength lay not only in battle but in unity and compassion. One day, as she stood on the balcony of her palace, watching the sun set over the horizon, she felt a sense of fulfillment. She had fought for her kingdom, her people, and her legacy. And as she looked out at the land she loved, she knew that Adebayo would thrive for generations to come. In the hearts of her people, she would forever be remembered as the warrior queen, a leader who fought not just with her sword but with her heart. And as the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Adesola whispered a silent prayer of gratitude for the journey she had taken and the love that had guided her every step.